Pros weren't too impressed with Jermall Charlo's battle against Canelo Alvarez, and Jermall Charlo is vowing to get revenge against Canelo for his brother. Jermell went into his fight with Canelo having all the confidence in the world, but after the fight, he had a newfound respect for the champion. Jermell stated, "Canelo's a mother beast. He's an ox. Maybe I felt that more because of the fact that it was my first time in this division. I wish I could have gained a little more weight in between the weigh-in and the fight, but I can't control my body. But I'm glad that I was there with him." Jermell had been worried about not having his brother around for his camp, but Jermall showed up to show some brotherly love to Jermell before the fight. Jermell's loss to Canelo was very one-sided, and pros weren't too impressed with Jermell's attempt. Paulie Malignaggi stated, "Charlo hasn't made a committed effort to try to win this fight all night. He showed up for a check and is fighting like a guy more focused on not getting hurt than he is to win." Austin Trout wasn't happy with Jermell's performance, but he was also critical about Canelo's lack of knockout attempts. Austin stated he seemed scared, and there was a shot that he caught on his glove, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not doing none of that. I think he should have gotten that version of 154 Charlo out of there. It wasn't like it was a sharp Charlo that was bringing it. It was a Charlo that was trying to survive. The thing is, I don't know what his plan A was. Was it to move? Was it to hit and move? Because it just seemed like he went to whatever that was and didn't try a plan B, C, or nothing. His corner Derek James had nothing to give him. They had no instructions for him. It was let them hands go." Chris Eubank Jr. was yet another unhappy bystander as he stated, "Someone who actually wants to win, not just survive, secure a payday, and give him a sweet little hug after. This is getting embarrassing. I don't want a hug, I want that scalp." Bozy Ennis wasn't impressed with Jermell's approach to the fight, and he thinks that he should have been way more active.
I was expecting the same thing you were expecting. I wanted Charlo to win, and I thought he was going to do more than what he really was doing. But it seemed like he was just in it, to me, just to survive, not to get knocked out. That's where it looked to me, because I know Charlo could have did way better than that. But I think he was just in it, just to survive, to me. To make sure that he didn't get knocked out. Because you heard what he said. I didn't get knocked out, though. So that was on his mind. Same just like with the boy Boots for. You know what I mean?
Oh, Karen Chikowski.
Yeah, he was doing this. He moved around a lot and wasn't trying to engage and nothing like that. I think Charlo could have did way better than he did, though, if he had just fought and then move afterwards. You know what I mean? And don't just keep moving and just throwing shots. He wasn't sitting down on none of the shots with no power.
Dana White didn't just think the fight was boring, but he took aim at the entire production studio. Dana stated, "You know what I think of Showtime as a company, there's no secret. Again, I could go on for days about their production on Saturday. They tried to do it better, I noticed. Showtime, I noticed you tried to do it better, but you guys suck." Now, if any of you were home watching that fight that night on Showtime, they were trying to do more replays. Their replays were so bad. There was a set of replays where, in both replays, nobody landed a punch. So then you've got the commentators trying to talk about what's going on, and they were terrible replays. When you know what you're looking for and you know what you're talking about in the production world, there's nobody that can disagree with me that Showtime is a horrible, horrible production team. Eddie Hearn thinks that any potential fight with Jermall Charlo is dead now thanks to the subpar performance of this last fight. Eddie stated, "I think because of Alvarez's deal with PBC, I think they were thinking the brother Jermall in the next fight. I think that's dead now. I think they were thinking the first fight between Alvarez versus Jermell was going to be a good fight and competitive and maybe a little bit controversial, and the brother steps in and it's a great story. But who wants to see Alvarez against Jermall, the brother now? No one." Canelo thinks that he did just fine though, and he blames Jermell for not trying to do more. Canelo stated, "I think that happened with a lot of fighters. That's not on my mind, right? To survive, it's not that way. But I did my job. And I think he never did anything to win. That was my plan, neutralize everything that he's gonna come with. He's a counterpuncher. He's got a good left hand, and I tried to not get hit. And sometimes fighters can't do anything in the ring too." As for a fight between Canelo and Jermall Charlo, this is the fight that pros were expecting to come first anyways. Austin Trout thought that Jermall had a chance, but he was worried about his 2-year absence. Austin stated, "I'm pulling for Charlo. I think Charlo had everything it takes to beat Canelo, but we ain't seen him in 2 years. That's the only reason I'm questioning it. If this was 2 years ago, I'm picking Charlo. The only question is his inactivity. Canelo hasn't been looking great. He's not the same as he was before, but he's been active, he's been training, and he's been busy. I'm not saying Charlo hasn't been training, but he ain't been fighting. It's going to be in Charlo's hometown, which will probably give him a bit more ambition to win. The only thing I'm looking at, which is not good for Charlo, is his inactivity." At one point, Canelo said that he wanted to see Jermall fight David Benavidez, but Jermall threw a lot of shade back at Canelo.
Canelo came out and said, "I'm all about challenging myself. I want legacy fights. Why don't Charlo and Benavidez fight each other, and then maybe we'll see."
I laugh, I'm like, "Oh, you trying to be a promoter now?" "Why you won't fight me? Why you want somebody else to fight me? Why you won't fight me? I'm 32, you 32. I was at 154, Canelo was at 154. I had a belt, he had a belt. He didn't fight me. I'm moving up to 60 when he was at 60. He moved up. What I gotta do, keep chasing him with my legacy? It is what it is. I'm gonna just keep winning."
Adrian Broner might not be the closest person to Jermall, but he was ready to put some money down on the fight. Adrian stated, "Me and Bra might not be the closest friends, but I'm betting with Charlo, so who wanna bet something?" David Benavidez gave Jermall a good chance against Canelo, but ultimately he thought that Canelo would end up winning. David stated, I give Charlo a good chance. Charlo is very talented, and especially when you get opportunities like this, it's probably what you need. That spark to wake you back up and, work hard. I'm still watching. I think so. It's just Charlo being more active. 2 years is a long time. He's gonna come back, ring rust. He's not taking no tune-up fight, but he knows himself, he knows his body, so I can't speak about how Charlo feels. It's gonna be a good fight. Canelo doesn't think that anyone can beat this version of himself, and he knew that he was feeling fresh and ready before his fight with Jermell. Canelo stated, "Nobody can compete with this Canelo. I agree that a couple of fights I don't look the same, but that doesn't mean other things. I feel fresh, I feel young, and I feel strong. I feel in my prime, and you will see Saturday." Jermall wasn't too happy about Jermell's loss to Canelo, and he even stated that his kids were getting teased. Jermall stated, "My kids are hating to go to school right now. They don't want to go to school because everybody keeps trying to bully them because their uncle lost. That's crazy. They're trying to bully my kids because their uncle lost. But at the end of the day, it's boxing. You win some, you lose some, and I'm down with everything. If any one of your kids touch my kids, I'm gonna tell my kids to go ahead and snap on y'all. Snap on them. They get tweaking, snap on them. Go and get your lick back." As for Jermall's professional career, he vows to avenge his brother against Canelo after dealing with Jose Benavidez Jr. Jermall stated, "Hey, I'm gonna come back and get revenge, watch. Y'all wait on me, watch. When I come back, I'm coming back like dynamite." If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.